Welcome guys to the start of a new Let's Play and the continuing adventures of Adol Christin as our next tale brings us back in the timeline a little bit after his first adventures in East 1 and 2. Heading to Celceta, he finds himself a little waylaid as the tale is told of East 10, Nordics. Yet more written history by our hero. With boats being involved and life on the high seas, we worry a little bit knowing his history with the seafaring vessels. As we enjoy a story that's about to be laid out before us. Of course, a full commentated live Let's Play with me up in the corner to see my reactions, staying quiet during the voiced cutscenes, but of course voicing everything else that isn't. And sweeping every townsperson, getting to know their lives and finding the quests across the land as we look to take part in some crazy action adventure indeed. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy what is to come. We start a new adventure and we will crank it up a little bit too hard, the perfect difficulty for those familiar with the East series, and not enable additional footing as we let the story unfold.
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adol. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
I'm glad I asked you to come.
Same. This has me even more pumped than all the way back when I first left my hometown. It's been a wild ride since then, but that doesn't make me any less grateful to you. I can hardly remember the last time I felt this chipper.
Adol, Dogi. So this is where you two were. I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person. Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flair here's even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in itself. To say nothing of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Celcetan flower.
Celcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adol to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, that scenario is all but guaranteed.
Well, we won't be arriving in Celceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
And so we shall. Let's get out there, shall we? Figure out what buttons we've got. Talk, move. Dashing and rolling like we always will across everywhere to wherever we wish to go to at whatever speed we will. Right, there's people to talk to, and people also have dialogue when we walk up to them. Do you suppose we're in Glean waters yet? I hear they've been rife with pirates as of late. They do look very young, don't they? My family and I are on a pilgrimage. Lucky for us, the ship is nice and has such affordable fares too. Wow, your hair's so red, mister. You're so young too. It's so early in the adventure. All clear to the south-southwest? Nothing sadder than all-day lookout duty. Do you have more dialogue to say apart from that? It's just blue, and then it's grey when we walk away from you. This is the way we talk to people now. We just look at them. There's Dogi, Dr. Flare. Our target is up there. I know I'm a little too far along in my years to be getting this excited, but life since that day my homeland of East descended to the ground has been like a never-ending dream. Every single thing my eyes come across looks so fresh and beautiful. It has me feeling as though I were a child again. Ooh, it's interesting we got the dialogue options I'll never have to read out, because hopefully Adol will read them out for me, but obviously not at this point. Hope you find those Celceta flowers. I suppose this serves as my own adventure, doesn't it? I'll do whatever it takes to see it through. You got more than one dialogue, do you? I'm confident that the original strain of Celceta flower can be made into a medicine capable of curing any and all ailments. Challenging myself to try something new at my age is rather exhilarating. A shining sun and clear blue skies as far as the eye can see. Couldn't ask for better sailing weather. If you told me back when we first met that I'd be setting out on a trip with you like this, I'd have said you were full of it. And now we're Celceta bound. Wonder what we'll find there. Whatever trouble awaits, I'm ready for it. We're on a boat. Though, of course, this is before Adol starts having issues with boats. Our introduction to the series was, of course, Adol having an issue with a boat getting attacked by a squid. Maybe this is a story of how Adol gets cursed by boats. I don't know. Adventure? That was really starting to grow on me. I might have been stuck there a few years longer than planned, but I had some good friends and good times back in Obelia. Just thinking about what Celceta's got in store has me excited already. Playing a series that flits in and out of its internal chronology with its game releases is, of course, a thing to keep track of. You're looking to strike it rich as Celceta too. 3 cheers for the gold rush. Well, I don't think it's a bad thing to reference things that we know of in other later chronological things, because they were a lot earlier games. Did you and your friends come aboard at the harbour in Promoloch? Rumours spoke of a mysterious island in its vicinity, blocked off by a never-ending storm. But when we made port there, the seas were as calm as could be. Perhaps it was just an unusually sunny day. The weather is quite a whimsical thing. Not dead. Thank you for the sub, not dead. Adol got gifted a sub too. This is our 3rd voyage on this new route. I just hope we've slipped through the cracks by now. A tricky current runs through this region, you see. No need to concern yourself. These passengers don't have a care in the world. Can't wait to get back to port and have a drink. Of port? A port? Oh, someone else still had a double dialogue. Rumour spoke of a mysterious island near Promoloch, but blocked off by a storm. But the weather is a whimsical thing, as it turns out. Well, look, can't imagine being on the surface. Being on a boat is weird. Floating island? That's normal. That's natural. What are you talking about? This man seems to be the ship's captain. Now might be a good chance to strike up a conversation.
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age.
I mean, not especially. A couple of adventures.
Is that right? My apologies for presuming, then. If this is your first time in the area, you won't want to miss the extraordinary sights we have coming up shortly.
Oh, what's that over there?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers. I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today. If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago. This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Celceta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands. Understood. Let's make haste.
My word! What a magnificent sight!
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adol. You said you were looking for a western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right? There any chance this might be... Whoa! Little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adol.
Men, prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our god!
Har!
Huh?
It can't be! Pirates!
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
Stay behind us, Doc!
Right. Thank you.
Oh? You another one of them mercs? Bit on the puny side, ain't he? Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke. The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
Why else do you think? Everybody's gotta make a living one way or another. Enough chit-chat! Let's make this quick!
I guess not everything's voiced by you then. Attacking and targeting. Press X to perform a normal attack. Press R3 to lock on enemies, making attacks easier to land. It's more about the dodging and blocking I'm interested in. That's block, okay.
Nice try!
Oh, I tried to dodge it, but there was a fair bit of...
Way! What?
Seems I get locked into the attack.
Way!
I get locked into things quite strongly. Here you go, you get a shot. Buddy. Buddy, come on.
Nice try! How's that?
Joke! Damn it all! Rotten punk! You're in for it now!
You bumbling louts! How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself.
Guarding and evading. Oh, you tell me about that now. I think I just figured it out. Hold R2 to guard. Guarding against enemy attacks will prevent most damage. And press L1 to perform a swift movement and evade enemy attacks. Flash, flash, flash.
Done saying your prayers?
That looked a bit hard. Blooming hell, didn't have to hit that hard. Oh, you missed. We both missed. Ow, hit for 42.
You're pretty skilled.
Nice try!
comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid!
Princess. I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
So I'm just gonna let this be?
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now. Ugh.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement. There's a toll for sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment! This is the last time, I swear! Whatever you do, just let me live!
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Seaforce.
Woof! I'm stuffed! Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah. Who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Seaforce. To their credit, they did let Adol loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
They're probably just the government.
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
There are lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea. Raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents, none of it is beneath a Norman. And the Balta Seaforce makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman imperial control.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Seaforce. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Carnac, of all places?
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not all bad.
Now, Adol. Though on that subject, there does seem to be quite a bevy of islands here in Obelia Gulf.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh, that's some juicy stuff. How about it, Adol? This do anything for you?
We can't not look into it.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about. Heck, back when I was their age, I...
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop. And I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know.
Hey, thanks for the hospitality. And I'm probably more than one night.
Of course! Always happy to be of service. Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adol, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Celceta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
Dogi can fight too. He could break walls. Dock work seems a little bit below him. I don't know. Oh, dock work's a hard-earned job. Yes. Main menu, we've got saving available. We can view stats to save and more. And about other stuff. Achievement, the raid has been unlocked. Wait, we press down to go achievements or adventure records. People. Oh, look at the pictures. There's an even younger looking Adol. And even handsomer looking Dogi. And I feel like Dr. Flair's voice actor has calmed down a little since the start. Got into the swing of things. Exploration 2. You can see the ruffians we fought. And the raid, Captain S. Just Captain. Alright, let's go exploring town and, of course, talking to everyone like we're used to doing. Not anywhere else we can go to in here. Can I run? Okay. No, I can dodge, though. At a slower speed. Are you going out today? The weather's just perfect for a stroll. I was hoping to hear more about that legend. Are those actual sparkles in your eyes? I can't put my finger on it, but he reminds me of a certain someone I know. So, you're in your teens too, right? Well, that's happy news. We don't get a lot of travelers my age around here. Hope we can get to know each other during your stay here in Carnac. Can't wait for it to be 20 more years into Adol's adventuring future when Adol the Bold starts being known across the world. Time catches up to us all. By the way, my parents and friends all call me Rosa. It's just a nickname, but you can use it too if you like. Oh, Rosa's a lovely girl, don't you think? She's the inn's pride and joy, not to mention one of its main draws. It sounds as though you've got a real stroke of bad luck, but try not to let it discourage you too much. I'll serve up a bowl of soup with your dinner on the house. The fish caught here in Obelia Gulf are absolutely divine. To be perfectly honest, you could do much worse than having to stay here a while. Now, just how long does Colleen plan on keeping me waiting? Sorry about that, my wife is out shopping, but she always gets caught up in making small talk. I suppose we could take this as another sign of how peaceful things have been lately. Gonna end up knocking Rosalind off her pathing. What if you can? Like, somehow trap someone in a corner? Look at the way she was scooting to the side. Now then, I'll be excusing myself once I finish eating this. Sash is waiting for me, so it's best I hurry home. Lucky you having a family to go home to. Sorry, shouldn't have said that after all you've been through. It's alright, Cohen. I appreciate the consideration. I need to make another trip into town tomorrow, so I'd like to head home early for today. Until next time, Cohen. You're Cohen, then. Sure is nice to be young, ain't it? Dreaming big and all that. Used to do some of that myself back in the day. Back in my day.
All right, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adol, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me. Seek me.
Adol? You good?
No, I heard a strange voice and I'd rather tell you about it.
A voice? I didn't hear anything. Sure it wasn't just your imagination?
There's no shortage of noises out here. Perhaps you mistook one for somebody speaking to you.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adol? Catch you both later, then.
Dogi knows the modus operandi. Something's going with my wife as well. I don't know if you heard that. I couldn't hear it at all. I just know something's going on. Oh, are you a traveler? There's some seriously red hair you've got. That's what people say when you're just walking down the street. Oh, wow. The mini-map is revealing itself as we go along. Oh, my God. How? Map. Map. Button. Map button. Map button. Map button. Map button. Map button. Oh, my God. How big is the town? Switch map. Unlock North. Oh, I get you. I was like, oh, North needs to be unlocked. Oh, wait a second. Hey, where'd the captain and all the sailors go? I should have known the fair was too good to be true. What a disaster that voyage was. This is the edge of town by the look of it, going the completely opposite way. Ah, I'm going to be the next one to sit on that throne. Just you wait. Well, the kids believe in it. Come on, Adol can clear that. Ah, you're that Reddit from before. Quite a mess we've landed in, isn't it? Can you believe that Adamas was sailing illegally? I certainly didn't expect to get stranded here either. They say the next ship is due to leave tomorrow at first light. We'd best try and decompress until then. My, though, to think you would stand up to the Balta Seaforce. I don't know your reasons for traveling, but whatever they are, I wish you the best of luck. My, so that's what happened. Very well then, I, Cuthbert, would be more than glad to extend a helping hand. Please feel free to stay here at the church. I have food to offer as well, if you don't mind it being on the meager side. After all, one must assist his fellow man in troubled times. Sure, this priest is nice and all, but he seems just a bit eccentric. Not that beggars can be choosers. Look at that mustache. Like simultaneously young and very Cuthbert-esque. Now I can run. It's good animation, actually. Wow, your shorts are pretty cool. They flare out in quite the right... Do you think I can rock those kind of shorts at my age? It seems the Celestial Master has blessed us with yet another day of lovely weather. Thank you for the sub, by the way, Altina. Thank you very much. There's a group of guys chatting over here outside Carpet Trading.
I've got to say, the quality of his Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispania may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
That attire? Is he...
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know. They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Seaforce that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well. I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Seaforce in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes, the militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
Well, well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
I love how you said merchant goatee when all I could think about when seeing this guy was, it's goatee. It is! Carnac is home to a wonderful clinic. It puts my mind at ease to know there's a doctor in town. You can stop walking into me. Right, let's talk to these three. Tomorrow's business negotiations are of the utmost importance, but I'm not worried in the slightest. Why? Because my son, whom I've tenderly raised into my capable successor, will be coming with me. Business is booming, and I have many to thank for it. The Balta Seaforce, first and foremost. Man with an Spanish accent. We're not getting to know these people yet. We're not getting to a first name basis, even if we hear their names in conversation. So the boy will be joining you as well. He's impressively capable for one still so young. I pray that your negotiations go favorably. So the Normans are like the Nordic folk that are kind of analog with Vikings, but that's not, because Normans were French, but you know. There's a mishmash, This town's the gateway to the whole of Obelia Gulf. We get loads of ships passing through every day. Isn't it just terrible? Not that I expect any better from the Normans. They've always... Ooh, okay. Violet-haired lad. Been a while since my last time in town, and it still looks just the same as ever. Smell, the sound of crashing waves, they're just like when I was little. Guess that's why I haven't forgotten the place despite being gone for so long. Even the tiniest parts I still remember. Makes it nice and rustic in a way. Never seen your face around before. You a traveller? Sorry to say, but there's not much to see in this little town. I grew up here, so you could take my word for it.